Welcome everybody. My name is David Presence with Design Recline, Permaculture Made Easy. I am so thrilled. It's so good to have you here with me in many parts of the world, sharing about what we can do to create a regenerative living. And so, even though you may be new to this, I'm here to help you see how easy it is, see how we can just start applying right away and start making this a part of our life. If this is something you've been studying for a while, maybe you're taking this course as a refresher because you've already done courses like this or been reading lots of permaculture books, fantastic. In this design course, all of our videos will be showing real live examples of people actually practicing various forms of permaculture, organic farming. So these real live examples are a part of this passion that I wanted to kind of share. When I was teaching my courses, I've been teaching for about 5 years now, different like in-person permaculture design courses. I would show some videos and a lot of people watched the videos and said, hey, I really like watching the videos. I learned a lot from them. And I said, okay. So I'm teaching these courses live and they really like the videos. So I thought, well, maybe I should do some more videos, and it turned into this, where I can actually offer a full online design course.
I think the first thing to do is to say welcome to everyone, welcome to the course, welcome to each other. Feel at home because you're on a big learning adventure. The second thing that's really nice is to take a deep moment of appreciation for the land that you're standing or sitting on, because it has given life to you and for so many people and species for tens of thousands of years since the earth first cooled. So there's a lot of gratitude for the earth that we're sharing.
Living earth, right? We're literally seeing like the blood of the earth being formed and crusting over and creating a new, more land, more surface to do something better.
My discovery of permaculture started because a friend told me I ought to do it. My first reaction was, no, I'm not going to do anything like that. Then I decided I should listen and I should learn. So I took a PDC and found it was completely in line with my whole feeling all my life that I had wanted to work with the earth. It was a little bit chaotic. Some of it was realistic. But you see, I'd come from agricultural science as my first study, so I had a good basis of science, which today we'd call siloed and then was called reductionist, with everything in little boxes. So you studied soil without a plant and a plant without an insect or a pollinator. It was all very separated, but also it added up to something to do with the earth and the love of it. And then I'd spent some time in overseas work where I found I was really inadequate and didn't have the knowledge or the skills for people who were hungry. All we'd learnt in agricultural science was to provide commodities for a world export market. It always felt a bit uncomfortable. Coming from agricultural science and overseas work where you couldn't really help people repair the earth and get food, so you can imagine I loved my permaculture design course.
My personal story begins back in middle school. I started to hear about the environment was somehow being destroyed. And I remember the painful feeling I had inside my heart when I heard about this, because I used to love being in nature. I still do, but I really, really mean love. And it was from that point I remember I'm going to do something for the environment. My mother introduced me to a book called Introduction to Permaculture. She said, you have to go and check out this permaculture thing. She was telling me it's good for like growing, because I was trying to grow something. As I opened that book and started to flow through it, wow, it blew my mind. That here is this complete, holistic, sustainable system that is by design bringing together every facet of my life that I'm so interested in. So I'm doing all these various things that permaculture discusses. So like having a clean, non-toxic environment in your home, growing your food, eating healthy, high quality organic foods, catching and storing your water, or making sure your water requirements are reduced and doing well, and your alternative energy. I was looking into all of that, studying it intensively, hours a day, every day. And then finally, bing, here's this actual system that brings it all together. So I just lit up and went for it. And there began this adventure over the last 7-8 years now of me just diving in deep, traveling the world, learning about permaculture, studying it intensively, and teaching it. Because I knew that which I wish to learn, teach, and I wanted to do my best that I can. And so I'm here expressing my passion to you that permaculture has changed my life by bringing it all together intelligently, having a beautiful philosophy that brings in ethics and principles and intelligently creates the design to make our lives fully sustainable, not just for ourselves, but our families and the world at large. Initially, when I first got into this, I didn't know what I was doing. Just like you, I just started out, I started reading a book, and I was like, oh wow, this is fantastic. And eventually, I started to try a few things. And on a very small scale, I had like a very small strip in the back of my house and started planting things, and some things grew, some things didn't. I composted terribly, it smelled disgusting. I didn't know what I was doing at all. I, changed my light bulbs and tried to reduce my energy needs inside the house. I remember one time I lived for a month without energy in my house, or without even turning on the water. I was kind of really rationing just to feel what it means to live lightly, with just what I would consider the necessities: eat, sleep, drink, and so forth. And it gave me a lot of heart to go through that and to know that there's more to life than just the conveniences that we have been offered. There's a big scale of that convenience actually affecting our world in a dramatic way.
Work all day from 9 to 5 and come home feeling half alive. And I've got news for you. There's no point doing what you do unless it's somehow good for you. Got to get a result or two in the form of something real.
You'll also be confronted because suddenly you think, oh, I'm part of the problem there and I thought I was good. You will finish your course full of hope, and most people find a direction to put their talents, their unique talents and skills, in ways that have meaning for you and support your community, your family, and the land.
Once you get to know all of these strategies that help you improve your life and also help you improve your business, you're going to be amazed at what opportunities lay before you. What would an online class be like that is based in permaculture, that has so much to do with being out on the land? How much nature can you learn sitting in front of a computer screen? We consider that a lot and wanted to do our best to make this class as dynamic and intriguing for you as possible. We got many amazing online videos that are showing you some of the most beautiful places that are out there doing permaculture on the land now, to inspire you to say, wow, look at that, this can be done. I'm going to go and do it too. So our classes are actually short and to the point so that you can go out into the field, into your backyard, and start applying it now. We would love for you to really take the time to enjoy the home fun assignments we give you and to communicate your experience through the forums, through some short videos and live chats with your fellow students. You're not alone in this journey online. You're connecting to the fellow students as well and us, allowing for your growth to be this community-based growth, and you're feeling inspired to grow and show the things that you were learning and applying. These classes are designed to be open book and easy in order to ground yourself in the fundamentals of this course. It's important to celebrate, so congratulate yourself when you finish a class. It's supposed to be fun, so enjoy yourself. Keep yourself in that high spirit as you're moving through this and changing your life and empowering yourself to make a difference in the world, in the journey in becoming a permaculture designer. My role here is to inspire and facilitate the best way I can for learning retention, comprehension, and confidence to put all of this into action. And of course, make it fun and easy. Permaculture made easy. Each and every class that you receive some inspiration from, try some small steps to start applying this into your life and start bringing into context what it means to live a regenerative lifestyle.
I found that in the permaculture course, the actual doing skills, the landscaping skills, the implementing skills to put a design into practice are not taught in the course. But that's no problem, because you can learn them almost anywhere. People can learn to dig a pond or pick up a chicken or build a chicken house or plant trees at any time in their life. These are things of organic gardening and agriculture courses. What you can't learn in those courses is how to analyse and describe and repair a landscape. I've seen permaculture itself escape into many valuable specialist areas, such as transition towns, community gardens, ethical investment, home and building retrofitting, passive solar architectural design. Permaculture's gone on to influence decisions made right across the world by town planners and landscape architects. And in those years since 1986 in my PDC, I've not found any single course, study, topic, scheme which anywhere approaches permaculture for resolving many of the world's problems. I think what I didn't estimate was how much meaning it will give your life to be engaged creatively on solutions instead of sort of passively or even negatively being one of the problems. And what can you expect from a teacher? Well, I'll tell you my ethics. In any course with me, and I think this is teachers today, we want to deliver information which is accurate and clear and verifiable, not information which is opinionated and attached to egos or beliefs. We want you to get that information in a way which is respectful, fairly short, clear and without jargon. We want to respond to you as learners who have skills, who are aware and knowledgeable about many areas of permaculture and need to be listened to. I think information, delivery and response, they're the three things that are my ethics. Let's look at what principles a teacher will be working to as they deliver your information. I'll be building a learning community through thinking of learning as an ecosystem, where you are part of the ecosystem, the teacher, the content, the venue, and all the elements need to come together to build a wonderful learning structure. Teachers are building trust between teachers and students and students and students in such a way that learning becomes easy because of freedom to ask questions or interrupt or debate an issue about which you have knowledge and not sure, but also learning to balance your contribution with everyone else's. I think it's possible you'll start your course with the second permaculture principle, care of people, and it's really a class code. And there are 6 or 7 different behaviours that show care and respect of people. The acceptance that we're all teachers and learners, And your teacher accepts that and knows that we're learning all the time. We're using build-ups and not using put-downs. So we're using respect. No sarcasm, no extreme orders, no oughts and shoulds. You will have the right to speak, and you will have to discipline yourself, and the right to pass if you don't feel ready to answer. Another thing in the care code is speak only for yourself. Sometimes people get long-winded about what the government should do, or the council should do, or the big business should do. In permaculture, we're going to focus very much on what we can do and what we think, and we're going to own our knowledge and search for more. And we're going to take responsibility for our own learning. We're going to look for those things we really want to learn and be appreciative of both the teacher and others. We're going to cooperate and not compete. And in this way, it's radically different from another school system, or any school system generally. We're going to work together with our friends and colleagues. We're going to stay on topic and listen to others' contributions. And we're going to have a lot of fun.
As you go through this course, you're going to be so inspired at what potential nature has to offer us, at what potential we have to start engaging with these natural systems, respecting them, honoring them, and of course expanding our own growth and our own abundance. At what potential we have once we start tapping into our hearts with nature, we start tapping into our hearts with each other. Nature is always regenerating landscapes, and we have the capacity to observe and identify that and see how we can be regenerative as well with nature. Turning landscapes into foodscapes, turning systems that are very much based on petroleum and maintenance into systems that are based on harvesting and sustenance, so that we can feel that connection, so that we can live lightly on the earth.
So in the first unit of permaculture, we really want to become a learning community. We want to get clear about what we can expect to learn and what content will be covered in this course. It's really enjoyable to do some sort of exercise about why we came to the course. What are our hopes for ourselves? What are our expectations of the course? And then you can use this to guide your own learning, because the journey is yours, the learning journey.
So here's an exciting little activity for all of you to do and share with those around you that are participating in this online design course. All right, we're going to be creating your personal tree. So take a poster board, a nice big one, and you're going to draw a big tree to cover the entire poster board. Now, this tree needs to include large roots, a large trunk, large branches, large leaves, and pretty large fruits. Choose a tree that really symbolizes you or that you really like, and make sure it's large enough that you can write or draw something in all of its parts. So it needs to be quite big. Now, it can be a fruit or nut tree that you loved picking when you grew up, or even a native tree, or maybe one of your national trees. In the roots, write about your significant moments in your life, and also things like where you're from, what you're about, or your story of some form, etc. So you really want to have your roots represented in the roots of your tree. In the trunk, you're going to write out the foundational emotions and feelings that you are bringing into this course. Now, not only you're writing about, you actually can draw as well. So you can draw stars or different hearts or peace signs, if that helps you get the feeling out more rather than just the words. Okay, so fill the trunk with your foundational emotions you're bringing into the course. In the branches that are branching out, I want you to draw or write something that symbolizes the general things that you wish to learn about in this course. And in the leaves, you're going to write the specific things. For example, an alternative energy can be a branch. I want to learn about alternative energy. And in the leaves, you can write specifics like, I would love to learn about biogas and solar and wind and geothermal and what have you. Or you can have a branch that is organic growing, for example, and the leaves are intensive square foot gardening, alley coppering, forest gardening, all kinds of different styles of organic growing, organic methods within the leaves. In the fruits, write or draw what you wish to bring to fruition. So from that branch where you had wrote about that you want to learn about alternative energy, the fruition could be that you know how much power that you need in order to meet your energy needs, so that way you don't have to buy too many solar panels, right? That could be what comes to fruition. Another fruit could be that, now that I've learned all of these different techniques to growing, I can now propagate successfully and grow 100 types of edible plants within my bioregion. So these are the things that you're going to write and draw in your tree. Fill it out nicely, make it very beautiful, and then send us a lovely video of that presentation of what you got. Thank you. Enjoy.
Ideally, each of you would go out and seek the information at the stage you want to know about. Find it in this course. This isn't a case of a teacher standing up front and delivering you information. This is your chance to interact on a level basis where you might reach out to another student or you might contribute something. And this is to be encouraged because permaculture is more like a web than a top-down system. So we'd like you to also have a look during this session on what is planned as course outcomes, so what you can hope to get out of your PDC. You might see you expect something that isn't in the course. So for example, you might expect the whole course will be about vegetable gardening. It can be a big surprise to find it's about ethical money, forests, housing in tropical climates, architecture. It is much greater than you think, and its impact will be probably greater than you think.
Get inspired. Start going through these classes. Do the workshops. Connect with other students. And let's get busy. One of the things that you're going to see during this course is that there are many people who have not been afraid to make mistakes. And a lot of these mistakes are based on, just poor design, or just like not really taking the time to slow down and design and like figure out what is needed. What's nature doing? What are the patterns? What are the appropriate forms of infrastructure? What is the amount of time it's going to take? How much people do I need? What are the resources? And all these various facets that we really use protracted and thoughtful understandings of and say, oh, okay, I need to think about this first before I take action. And while I'm thinking about it, maybe I'll build soil. While I'm thinking about it, maybe I'll plant some trees in zone 5 and just start restoring the forest. While I'm thinking about it, maybe I'll learn from some locals and see what mistakes they've already made, to see what they've learned, see what historically has been something that we need to seriously consider to design for disaster. So I've created this course so that you, my friend, can actually learn from these mistakes and learn from the beauty of intelligent design, so that when you start creating your life with this beautiful process of permaculture, that you're going to have resilience in what it is you're choosing to do. You're going to have the actual dream that permaculture is having to offer. Now, all over the world I've traveled, and it's been very rare that I've seen good design, unfortunately. There's very few that actually it's like, yes, here it is, it's intelligent, it's smart, it's put together well, it's actually designed for disaster. Disasters have come and they've gotten through it in a good way. They still have food, they still have their shelter. All these various facets to design, because they thought about it first, feels so good for me as a permaculturist to know that this stuff works when it's done well. So take your time, know that it's easy, it's not complicated. Okay, it's not hard, I promise you. We're gonna do our best to make it as easy as possible for you to take on these aspects and get out there and start making it happen. There's this ease once you get a feel of how nature is providing its abundance. And you're gonna learn lots of that during this course. And you'll see, things will open up and expand for you in beautiful ways. And that's my joy and that's my gift to you. So come along with me in this permaculture design course.
Welcome to the class, enjoy every minute of it and participate as fully and as happily as you're able. Thank you.